Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's info session on the entrepreneurial co-op program, eCo-op, at Georgian College. To start with introductions, I'll introduce myself and then hand it over to Jenna. My name is Ashley Carnwright, and I am the co-op consultant for students who are interested in applying to the eCo-op program. I am more the co-op credit and application side of things. And I'll pass it over to Jenna.
Great, thank you. So my name is Jenna. I am the Partnerships and Programs Coordinator at the Henry Bernick Center. So as the slide suggests, I am more of the business part of your eCo-op journey.
So our goal for today's session, or screencast if you're watching this later, is for you to learn what the eCo-op program is, what the application process involves, the benefits of participating in the eCo-op program, including the Further Faster program that the Henry Bernick Center delivers, as well as how you get credit for this as your co-op credit, and just how we all work together to support you throughout the eCo-op work term.
So what is eCo-op? I'm just going to read the slide. So if you're thinking about starting a business, you'll already have an idea of what you want to sell, or at least the market you want to enter. So I'll build on that a little bit. So if you are sitting in your class and you're thinking, I would really like to start my own business. Maybe you already have your own business and you're just getting started on that journey. Maybe you just have an idea and you're not sure how it would work. eCo-op is a great place to start. So you're going to learn, by going through eCo-op, you're going to learn how to grow your business, how to scale your business. You're going to learn how to take that business idea and actually turn it into a successful business. And between the eCo-op consultant and the Henry Bernick Center, you'll also have a mentor as well, which will get you through workshops, mentoring, and Further Faster, which we will get into shortly.
So this is a competitive process because we only offer 10 spots per term. So the application process starts by connecting with your program-specific co-op consultant. From there, you get referred to the Henry Bernick Entrepreneurship Center, aka Jenna. That will be your meeting with Jenna. And then from there, you get provided with an application package to complete that includes all of these areas listed in this slide that we'll go into in a bit further detail in a second here. In that first meeting with your co-op consultant, which is student-driven, you need to book the appointment with your co-op consultant using the book an appointment feature in Georgian Connects, and be prepared for this meeting with your co-op consultant by drafting a cover letter and a resume that is up to date and professional and error-free. The cover letter needs to include an overview of that business idea and a list of your program-specific co-op learning outcomes that you can meet. You can get your program-specific co-op learning outcomes from the co-op forms and co-op forms folder on the student portal, and then from there you'll discuss this with your co-op consultant. And what we're really looking for is, it's almost like an interview. You're really wanting to use this appointment with your co-op consultant to explain your business idea and show that connection to your program-specific learning outcomes.
All right, so after you've met with your co-op consultant and they are pleased with your interview, things have went well, they will then turn you over to the Henry Bernick Entrepreneurship Center. And as Ashley mentioned, that is me. So they will, at that point, you will then meet with Jenna, myself. You'll reach out to me via email and we'll set a time. So again, another kind of interview style meeting. You're going to sit with me and discuss your business idea. That way I can determine that the Henry Bernick Entrepreneurship Center is fit to support your business and help you grow and scale. And just an overall good fit for the eCo-op program, knowing your business goals and your personal goals and professional ones as well. So again, interview style, and this would be kind of an elevator pitch for your business. And just looking to see where your idea is, where you want to go, what work you have done, and if you haven't, that's okay. And just starting to look at the plan for your business.
And from there, Jenna will refer you back to me as the eCo-op consultant to provide you with an application. And that application involves quite a few things that Jenna will go over in a minute. We normally give you a 1 to 2 week turnaround time, depending on the eCo-op posting in Georgian Connects. There's a deadline. So ideally, we like to see you having this application completed prior to that eCo-op deadline.
And in that application is, of course, your business overview. So that's going to be exactly what we discussed in our meeting. So you're going to, in the business or project description, you're going to, what would you tell others about your business? What will your business do? Why is it unique? And what is the primary thing or service product that you're selling? And again, thinking of your elevator pitch. And when we say elevator pitch, think of how you can describe your business in 1 minute, as if you were in an elevator with someone trying to say what you want to do. So that elevator pitch is usually a minute and is the core important pieces of your business. So what would you tell them about your business? And of course, the business, you are a big part of it. So we want to hear why are you the best person to run this business plan, or maybe turn this idea into a business? Why are you the best person to be working in the current business that you're running as a student? And you're going to talk about, you can back that up with your skills, your schooling that you have so far, or what you're going through to become. It might be some employment history that will help you build the business. Revenue, so that's a big one that we get into. So will you make money in this business? If you have a plan and you feel that you will, then that's great. We want to hear about it. However, it's not, if you don't make money in your co-op, that's not how we determine if you've had a successful co-op or not. It's a bonus, obviously, if you do, and that's great. But if you don't, that is okay. Starting a business is a big undertaking. So, but something to think about is if you're able to financially support yourself, because this is an unpaid co-op position, unless of course you make some money. But just that's a big factor to think about as you go through the co-op program. And a big thing too is the commitment. So typically it's going to be a full week. So it's going to be 35 to 40 hours a week. Any time that you spend working on your business is going to count towards that, which we can get into what that would look like. But just really quickly, researching your business, developing your product, developing your service, developing your business could be your logo creation, your business name, of course, meeting with your mentors, etc. Space and location is something that you'll have to outline as well in the application. COVID-19 is active right now, so working remotely at home is what you will be doing. So you have to look at, do you have the adequate space for that, where you can truly focus on your business and not have distractions. And then mentor, we mentioned that a bit as well. So you're going to have a core mentor, and you'll meet with that mentor twice a month for an hour at a time. So that's only 2 hours a month. If you can meet with them more, then that's fantastic. Take that opportunity, because mentors have been there, they've done that, they know. But the 2 hours a month is the minimum. And you're going to want to look at what expertise do you want from that mentor. So if you want to learn more about the business component of your business, then you're going to need an all-round kind of business mentor. If you're a computer programming student and you need someone to speak the coding language, then you're going to have to find a mentor that has that skill set to help you grow. And we can help you, the Henry Garnet Entrepreneurship Center can help you identify those needs as well as the co-op department. So if you want help with that, don't hesitate to reach out to us. And if those on the call or watching this recording are wondering what is a mentor, so it's a professional, so they're usually older than you. They have a ton of experience, and they help guiding others and helping others. So it's not, just as the slide suggests, the guidance is not done for personal gain. It's something that they love to do. They love to support others. It's a big community piece. That's why a lot of mentors do what they do. So it helps the whole ecosystem community. But yes, a mentor is going to be someone that you're looking for, someone with a lot of experience, whether it be in the business side, it could be within your industry. But the big thing is that you will have to find your own mentor. So this is where you're going to have to reach out of your comfort zone. If you know someone, then that's fantastic. You can get them to sign the mentor agreement. But if you don't, you're going to have to do some emailing. You're going to have to, maybe talk to some friends who might know someone and they can introduce you. So you have a warm introduction. Some examples of your mentor it could be faculty, because they are experts. They have been there, they have the experience. So if you have a teacher or professor that you think has the skills that you need, definitely that's someone you can reach out to. It could be a business owner that you know. It could be, locally here in Barrie, or it could be Canada-wide. That's one great thing about the virtual world, is there's no border limits now. So just something to keep in mind, as long as they're okay with the timing and you're comfortable with the virtual setting. Sorry, actually, do you want me to touch more on the mentor agreement? So the mentor agreement, is in the eCo application package. So it just outlines the mentor is going to sign it. And by them signing it, they agree that they're going to meet with you for those 2 hours a month, and that they understand at the end of your eCo-op, they're going to be filling out an evaluation form. The form's very straightforward, but it just says making sure that you were showing up on time, that you booked the meetings with them, you were listening to their advice and applying the knowledge that you gained from those meetings. And the next piece is the business model canvas, to the bones. So this is it's a snapshot of a business plan. For those of you that have been introduced to a business plan, you know that it can be multiple pages long. So this business model canvas is a one-page snapshot of your business plan. So some of you might have been introduced to this in your classes already, which is great. But for those of you who have not, it's exactly how it looks on this slide. So it's little boxes, and you're going to fill them out. There's YouTube resources. It sounds kind of funny, but it's a great video to explain how you're going to fill this out. But you're going to be looking at, your key partners, key resources, key activities. So things that I have just listed off, you're going to put into point form into this business model canvas, and we'll review that as a part of your application. I always tell students, if you want support on this, we are here to help you. Sometimes this document can seem a little daunting, but we promise once you get in and start laying out your business idea in these boxes, it all makes sense, and it's fairly straightforward to fill out.
Okay, and so another part of the application is what we call a learning outcomes checklist and rationale. So this is an evolving document, but at the point of application, what we were looking for from the students is for you to identify those program-specific co-op learning outcomes and the strategies that you're going to use to ensure that you meet those program-specific learning outcomes as part of your eCo-op. So you want to make sure, again, this is that connection between the business idea and the business activity back to those program-specific co-op learning outcomes. So you need to use the document on the student portal. You can connect with your co-op consultant for support in this area. And then moving forward as part of the co-op, if you are accepted into the program, is that you will continue to use this document to guide your business activity, to always make sure you stay on track to meeting those program-specific co-op learning outcomes. And so if you get accepted, and again, it's a competitive process. This, as you've seen, this is a very in-depth application. You have many resources between the Henry Bernick Center and your co-op consultant to help you complete it. If you do end up being accepted, there are a few things that take place from there. Jenna and I will actually both send you an email with your next steps in terms of getting your banner registration completed, doing your work term record in Georgian Connects. Jenna will send you information about becoming an an intake, a client of the Henry Bernick Center, and you'll attend an orientation session as well as register for the Further Faster program. We typically at the beginning of every semester do what we call an eCo-op kickoff. So that's a little get together where all the eCo-op consultants and all the eCo-op Henry Bernick co-op consultants are there to kick off the semester with you, provide more information around expectations and what the rest of the term will look like. And then your Further Faster program kicks off. And Jen will talk a little bit more about that and the resources that the Henry Bernick Center provides throughout the co-op.
Yeah, so the Henry Bernick Entrepreneurship Center is the biggest piece in your eCo-op is the Further Faster program, which I'll get into in a little bit. But the center we're based on 4 pillars. So mentoring, funding, training, and connections. So we talked about your mentor, that you're going to have signed a mentor agreement, you're going to secure them. But the Henry Bernick Center also has a large roster of mentors, and they specialize in different areas like public relations, sales and marketing, finance. There's an IP and trades mark, e-commerce. So when you go through Further Faster, you will be talking to Dawn Horn, who facilitates that program. So as you go through Further Faster, you might come up to different challenges in your business, and Dawn can, based on the challenges, introduce you to our mentors as well. So that's another resource that you have. So you'll have your core mentor who you meet with twice a month for the hour at a time, so for 2 hours. And then Dawn Horn might introduce you to a Henry Bernick entrepreneurship mentor, which is great. That's just more assets for you to help you build and scale your business. And when you graduate Further Faster, you're considered an HBEC client for life. So if you decide, maybe a year goes by and you're thinking, I still am working on this business, but I'd love to meet with a sales and marketing person. The Henry Bernick Entrepreneurship Center is still here for you. So that's a great part about completing your eCo-op and completing Further Faster is you'll have access to those mentors, which typically per hour is very expensive, but that's something that the center covers for you. Another pillar is funding. So we don't provide funding ourselves, but we provide the connections, and we can certainly assist. There are lots of grants and lots of loans out there, so we can make the handshake, we say. So we can make the connection, we can introduce you to the right people. And then training. So things like Further Faster, we provide programs. We do lots of events. So as you go through your co-op, there'll definitely be events that we're hosting. So you're more than welcome to join those. And those are always business-based. We always want to produce an event that you can take a learning from it and apply it to your business next day. That's a big thing for us. So just practical learnings at those events, and they're a lot of fun, which leads into connections. So a lot of the events are a huge networking piece. And we provide networking through the events. We provide networking through the interaction of mentors. But yeah, that's a snapshot of the Henry Bernick Center as a whole. Further Faster, as I said, is a program that you will take part in. So it is a 7-week program. It's 1 day a week. It's a full day, but I promise that there's lots to take in. With bi-weekly with the bi-weekly one-on-one mentor. So again, there's another mentor involved. His name is Rob Paddle, so he will be there to support you as well. And one piece that I want to touch on, if you're thinking, my business idea, this is something I want to protect, and I'm not comfortable with talking to other people about it. Everyone from the Henry Bernick Center signs a non-disclosure agreement. So that's signed by all the facilitators, so Dawn Horn, Rob, all the mentors on our team, and it is also signed by everybody in Further Faster. So it is a safe place to talk about your business idea. But of course, if there's something that is really private, you can always reach out to John, Rob, or myself. That's that. I just wanted to show an example of the Further Faster schedule so you could see it. So the days kind of split into 2 parts. And then this is what the schedule will look like. So, introductions is a big piece. We talk about that elevator pitch. By the end of Further Faster, you're going to have that nailed down and perfect. You're going to be able to meet with someone anywhere in under a minute, effectively share what your business is and what you're doing. You'll talk about things like value proposition. Market research is a really cool one. As a student, you have access to programs in the library. I won't get into that too much, but it's something you should definitely look into. You'll talk about operations and tools, financials, and then at the end, there is a pitch competition. So again, 1 minute. You'll say your pitch, and if you win that pitch, you could go on to our large grand pitch competition, and at that point there is a cash prize. So that's pretty cool, and something you can work towards as you go through the course.
So as you can see, there are a lot of key players that make this happen for our students. You have your program-specific co-op consultant, which is your very first point of contact for getting into eCo-op. You have me as a resource to support the application process, and you have your employer relations consultant as well, especially if you need help with connecting with an industry mentor. And then we have the support of the Henry Bernick Entrepreneurship Center, as well as your industry mentor that you select and you connect with throughout the co-op term. And then you're probably wondering, how do I do all this and get my co-op credit? And there are quite a few pieces involved with that. So we have students complete a monthly activity report at the end of every month that verifies the hours you put into your term, the business activity with those connections to your learning outcomes, as well as provide progress updates on your business plan development. There is a 100% mandatory requirement to participate and engage in the further faster sessions, as well as the mentor meetings with your industry mentor and the mentor through the Henry Bernick Center, Rob Cattle. And then at the end of the term, you complete an eCo-op work experience report, and you'll have your mentor, your industry-specific mentor, complete an eCo-op mentor evaluation, as Jenna mentioned earlier. We also have students, when we wrap up the term, participate in a final eCo-op presentation where you can share your successes, any obstacles, let us know if there were any pivots throughout your term. And it's just a really great way to, again, wrap up the semester. We invite your co-op consultant and everybody on the team to be there for that. And of course, right now it's all happening virtually. And some programs do have program-specific requirements, so that all depends on your program. But if that's something that applies to you, then we definitely work with you to make sure all of your program-specific documents are included in this credit as well.
Okay, and we wanted to share some eCo-op success stories. We have lots, and we're just highlighting a few today. But one of them is Elite Programmers, so Ken and Brady. So they're actually a partnership, and they run a company that does coding lessons for kids. So it's great in that he has created an environment that's friendly for kids to come on. They're comfortable, it's fun. They're coding out games. So he came to us with his business idea, and it's been a couple of years now, and he has gone on to he has his own clients, the business is sustainable, and he's actually kind of doing some pivots, which are really cool. So and him and Brady are still a successful partnership, working together, working on this business full time. Dream Destination, there is a link which we can share with you right on the Georgian College website, but Dream Destination is another partnership. And these students have created a website that showcases the cool things you can do in all of Canada. So depending on either where you want to go or what activity you want to do, this website will show you, how to book the trip, and what you can do when you get there, or how you book these activities. So it was extremely well thought out, a ton of work. And what's really great about them is they actually created partnerships with travel agencies. So you're able to book your trip where you are, which is a great and strategic partnership that they came up with. And both of those students all four of those students, both of those partnerships were in computer programming. InVisual was a architecture, am I correct? Actually, yeah, architecture student. Again, her story is on the website. So she has created a website where she can design a room for you. So she she again has a very successful website, and she actually entered in a competition of a building design that she did. So she did everything. She did down to the gardens outside, what they would look like, where the seating was, what the building would look like, what it looked like inside. So that was very cool, and something that she did in her co-op and is still operating today. And then B for C bandanas is she's a business marketing student, and she creates bandanas for dogs. So she hand makes them. They're super cute, and each bandana gives back to a charity. So she's again doing quite well, and is still working on this business. And then some businesses that we've had in previous years are Bookshop Interactive, Growing Georgian, Collector Car Corner, and Bond D Development. So all those businesses are coming from different parts of the college. And Bond D I'm not saying that right, Bond D, he is actually working for Digital Main Street Squad. So that's super cool. That's an opportunity for the city of Barrie, and he's been able to grow and develop his skills there, and then run his business as well. And again, there's a link for some student testimonials. In that video, you'll see Ken and Bree from Indie Programmers. You'll meet Bree and Nick, who run a company called Caffeine Bears. So that's an indie game, and they were actually able to launch just before COVID. Were able to launch their game right at the college, and they invited a bunch of students. They came and gave them feedback. It was a great evening and a lot of fun of people just playing their game and testing it out. So, yeah.
So if you have any questions, please connect with either Jenna or I, or even your co-op consultant. That's a really great resource for you. And we'll share the slide deck with your co-op consultant as well to post in your Blackboard or to email it out, where you can watch another video here for frequently asked questions. So if you have more questions even after today's session, you can watch that video, you can connect with your co-op consultant, and we hope to hear from you.
Excellent. Ashley and Jenna, wow, that is so amazing. What a comprehensive explanation on how the whole eCo-op program works. So exciting to have this kind of opportunity for students to pursue their co-op and pursue their own business idea. I think it's pretty clear, but I just wanted to maybe ask a question myself, if I may, just to end this time together. And that is because this seems to come up a fair bit when people are just at the inquiry stage about the co-op. A lot of people will say, well, what stage of the business does it have to be at? Does it have to be at the business ideation stage, the business implementation stage, or maybe even like the business development or, building process? So could you clarify, I guess, what stage they need to be at in terms of getting involved with the co-op?
Yeah, Sean, that's a great question. And it can be at any stage. So we can accept if you're just in the idea stage, sitting in the classroom, you're thinking, oh, this is something like, could this be a business idea? Could this work? That's definitely something that we invite you to bring forward. You do have to think about it a little bit, because there is the aspect in the application of the business model canvas. So you're going to have to think about some things with your idea. So, it can't just be, oh, I had this idea today and I'm going to see if I can run with that for a business. If you have the idea, think about things like, I'll just talk for a product-based business, but could be service or product-based. But so if you get that idea, just think about things like, who's my target client? What is my role in this business? How would I grow and scale it? What's the market for this business? So yeah, they're welcome, Sean, at the idea stage to come, just as long as there's some thought around it. And then if you're already operating in a business, then we can definitely look at that as well and see if there's an opportunity for you to do that in your co-op. Does that answer it?
That's excellent. That's great. Yeah, thank you very much. Well, really appreciate you two taking this time. And I'm sure that we'll be in touch and have more questions and more people interested in this. So thank you very much for your time today.
Sounds great, Sean. Thank you for the opportunity. Take care.